Now, it was hoped that digital radio would silence AM and FM to become the platform for national and local services across the world. But the digital switchover is moving slowly. There have been problems with poor reception. And while most radio is listened to on the road, there are still few DAB sets in people's cars. Rajiv Popat reports.
Radio is still hugely popular with millions of people throughout the world. But we've reached a crossroads with the way we listen. Digital radio has been under development since the 80s, but unlike television, the way forward remains far from clear. Industry experts here at IBC dismiss claims by critics that it's a waste of money.
I think digital radio is doing better than many people perceive it to be. There's often coverage of some less positive events, but broadly speaking, if you look at the countries that have engaged with digital radio, they're doing extremely well.
Digital audio broadcasting has been adopted by around 20 countries. Britain is leading the way when it comes to ownership of DAB sets, but listening hours remain low.
This is because many countries are still in the first generation of digital radio, where it was only a simulcast of what was on FM. And we have seen that this is not enough to convince people to buy receivers. It's really important. Content is a key.
In the UK, there is no fixed date for a digital radio switchover. Even listening to your favourite station isn't necessarily straightforward. Digital radio at home or at work is fine, but the moment you get into a car, that listening experience comes to a drastic halt if you don't have a receiver.
The car industry wants really to see a unified Europe, because they don't want to make a car for Germany, another car for France and another car for Italy. So it's very important that they see a unification of the standards.
The rise of the internet poses a major threat, and DAB coverage is still an issue. But firms like Dawson's are still smiling. The company supplies all the BBC's IP satellite radio cars.
I think we're just at the very start of what we're seeing, and the easier we can make it for people to generate content for live broadcast, then I think the future's very bright.
So even if it's slow in coming, it would seem digital radio is alive and well.